Looks like we're live on YouTube. Dan's got it going, but I'm not sure why he doesn't show on there yet.
So we're ready to go?
I believe so.
All right. Well, I'll call this meeting to order. I want to thank everyone for taking the time to be here this morning. First item is roll call. I have Melissa with me. Judge Vincent. Is Vincent here? No.
No.
Judge Coleman.
Here.
Colton Givens.
Here.
And Kevin Phelps, he's absent today also. So we do have a quorum. So we'll move on into our next item of business, approval of the minutes 10/17 of 2023. If there's no additions or corrections to the minutes, I would entertain a motion to accept them as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion by Judge Coleman, second by Colton. Is there any discussion? Not all in favor, let know by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Our next item is architect update.
Nothing really new this time. We submitted our Phase A documents for the CFSC meeting, so we're just awaiting that to occur before proceeding. I'll have something to say a little bit later about another item, but that's about it for now.
Okay. Thank you, Jeff.
Yep.
Our next item is a plan of finance update. Who has that, Mark?
RJ does. He's
I do.
gonna go over it real quick.
I do, Judge. So,
Good morning, RJ.
good morning. How are you?
Good, buddy.
Good. So, I think we provided to you all the draft plan of finance with the maximum use allowance of $1,274,000. That funds approximately $232,528, which is about a little over $500,000 short of the estimate. But then when we add our investment earnings based upon the construction timeline of $776,963, that gives us a surplus of right at $250,000. So based upon those estimates, I believe that we can make the project work within the authorized use allowance.
Okay.
Basically, we're in budget to proceed to the next phase. Is where we're at, just for everybody's knowledge. Does anybody have any questions on that while we have RJ on here?
So RJ, you're saying we won't need to ask for any more funding from the assembly this time? Is that correct?
Based upon current market rates, Judge, I think we can make the project work.
Okay.
Again, these are based on estimates. So once we actually go to bid, that could potentially change.
Yeah. So RJ, real quick, can you show them the example on B, C, D, and E? So I don't know if you see on the chat. Can you explain that to them?
On the scenarios that we shared with you, column B was the current market rate. Column C, we added 25 basis points. And then column D, we added 50 basis points. So under both of those scenarios, we are a little short. And I believe that the estimates do include a 7.5% contingency. Is that correct, Mark?
I believe so, for construction.
Yeah. So we do have a 7.5% contingency built into this. And then column E of the one-page summary is a 25 basis point reduction, which again, under that scenario, we would be in budget to build the project. So as long as rates stay where they are and bids come in line with the estimates, then we should be fine.
Does anybody else have anything for RJ at this time? Okay. RJ, thank you very much. Appreciate being on here and explaining that to us this morning.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Judge.
Yeah, I just want to add a thing on the 7.5% that we talked about as construction contingency. That's about $1 million. Right now, it's $1,138,000. So basically, that's for if we have any change orders or if there's any unforeseen conditions when they start the foundations or anything like that. That's what that money is set aside for. And also, I have just another $125,000 in case anything comes up that's non-related construction. If we had to pay the architects to do any additional work that's outside of their contract or anything like that. So just want to bring that out there. Our total projects like right now we're at about 17,933,000. We've went through all the different building permits, fees, and printing costs, geotechnical fee. There's a commissioning for the guys that basically check to make sure all the HVAC started up properly and all that type stuff. So we picked through a lot of small costs to try to make sure we have a good number on our estimate. So.
Thank you, Mark. Our next item is a vote to request CFSC meeting.
Basically, I just want to go over this real quick. So basically, our step to approve, our phase A's is our initial fees. That's Jeff's design. So basically, we'll end up having a meeting with the Court Facility Standards Committee meeting, which we sent that out to try to get that lined up before Christmas. And of course, there's 10 members on that committee. As far as that goes, but just we're basically when we're voting to go to CFSC, the board's acknowledging they're good with Jeff's basic floor plan, his design of the building outside, if you will, his concept and all that type stuff. So that's what we're basically voting on, and then we're going to take Jeff's floor plan, his concept. He's going to roll that into a document with basically, RJ's plan of finance information. Tim with Alliance, he'll basically kind of go over the construction cost in the presentation at the CFSC meeting. What'll happen a lot of times, there's more than one project that'll happen, but this time it's just going to be, it's going to just be Butler County. So does anybody have any questions about it before we vote? Jeff, did I cover all the bases? You've done more of these than I have.
You got it. Yeah, it's usually pretty straightforward, and it's sort of rare usually to have many questions about it, but you never know. But yeah, it's pretty straightforward. What you described is the way I saw it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I need a motion to request this meeting.
Moved.
Judge Coleman,
Second.
Colton. Is there any discussion? All in favor, let it know by saying aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Mark, do you have a date on that yet?
Yeah, and we've sent it out, but just to put it in the minutes, it's, December 13th. And I'm looking here. Dan, I believe, if I'm correct me, I'm right, it's 9 o'clock Eastern time, 8 o'clock Central. Yep. So that should be, in the meeting. There's a Zoom link in there in the meeting request. And then soon as we get, everything packaged together, we'll probably sending that out as an attachment in advance of the meeting, to everybody, including, the committee, so that they'll have it.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Mark.
Yep.
Our next item is vote to approve the proposal by BFW for geotechnical services and QA and QC and special inspections. Geotechnical investigation and report lump sum of $14,200. Special inspection, quality assurance, and quality control testing services, $64,000. Percentage of construction budget is 0.75%.
Yeah, I had told Dan that I would explain that a little bit. So when that was sent out a while back, that was sent out based on really the only number we actually had at the time, which was for the original construction budget that the AOC had authorized. And so the special inspections and all that you can see is a function of a percentage of the construction cost. So we all know that's going to go up based on the actual estimates that we're getting for phase A and what we expect to actually have. So that number will rise because it's based on a percentage of construction cost. That's normal. That's how it's usually figured. And I just wanted to give everyone a heads up that that's the case. Now, that said, because of the way they were written, even if when that goes up, well, it will go up. BFW is still going to be low compared to the others because they were all figured similarly. So they had the lowest cost for this. And when the construction bids actually come in, it has to be refigured based on that. They still would have been lower. So the basis for deciding on them really doesn't change.
Anybody having questions on that? Basically, they had the lowest percentage based on the cost, right? So that makes them the cheapest, correct, Jeff?
Right.
Okay.
So I hear a motion to approve this proposal.
So moved.
Motion made by Judge Coleman,
Second.
second Lester. Is there any discussion? All in favor of the motion, let it know by saying aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Is there any, at this time, is there any other business to bring before the board?
I just want to make sure everybody catches it, if, Judge Fleener, if you can be on that meeting, for the CFSC, and if, I don't know if Colton, if you're available or anybody like to attend or whatnot, see what happens. This may be, Jeff, you think of what may take maybe an hour, probably.
Yeah, I've never seen it take longer than that. Yeah. It's usually less, but yeah.
But we'll once we get like I said, the final documents package all packaged together, we'll be sending that out. We'll probably try to send a follow-up email with the Zoom link and all the information, just so everybody's got it handy. But like I said, the Zoom link is in the calendar request, but we'll try to send it separate so that everybody's got it handy in case they're on their cell phone or anything like that and can't find it. Just trying to make it easy as possible. So there's no confusion getting on a meeting. That's all I have.
we need to schedule a date for our next meeting. December 19th. It looks like December the 19th, Mark.
Yeah, that's what I see. Jeff, if we get that approved on the 13th, we're gonna have business. What are we gonna
I mean, the only thing that I know of that I understand from your all's perspective is after the CFSC gives approval, I thought the PDB had to make a formal approval to proceed to phase C.
yeah, or phase B or what have you?
I mean to phase B. So that would be the only business I know of. I mean, there wouldn't be anything
Okay.
from us other than being told to move forward.
We'll have a disbursement too for you, Jeff, for phase A.
True. Yeah. Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, but there
so-
won't be any new business as far as design or anything like that. It's just more just from the business end of moving forward. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So realistically, Dan, we could probably just have a quick meeting on the 19th then and settle anything that we got there. Because basically once we get approved by CFSC, I believe there's a letter that goes from the
Mhm.
board to Jeff acknowledging that
Yep.
they're okay to go to phase B.
Right. I mean, and just so you know, I've right now, based on getting approval on the 13th from the CFSC and just presuming that you all are going to, approve us to move forward after that, I've gone ahead and scheduled a meeting with our consultants to kind of kick off the next phase, literally right after that meeting on the 19th. So, yeah, we're positioned to go ahead and move forward, assuming we get that.
Okay. All right. Then. Looks like the 19th is a possibility. So as long as it fits in everybody's schedule, I know it's holiday coming up that week.
Is that okay with everyone?
Sounds good to me.
That works.
December the 19th at 8 a.m. for us and 9 for y'all, Mark.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, with that, I need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Melissa, we'll have a second.
Second.
Second, Colton. All in favor, say aye. We are adjourned. Once again, I want to thank everyone for taking the time out for being here this morning. And we'll see you all again on the 19th. Thank you all.
Yeah, have a
Thank
great
you.
one.
Thanks,
Have a
everybody.
good holiday.
Have a good day.